They go to sleep when I'm here. When their mom gets home, they go crazy. Okay. All right, Chris P's request, War Eternal Arch Enemy. A few months ago, we turned Charlie onto Arch Enemy with Angela Gossow, Unreal Six-Pack Screamer. I thought it was high time we got back around to Charlie's mellow death journey. I agree. I'm a big fan. We heard Alissa White-Gluz with Delane and Calotta, but I wanted to have her in her natural environment with Arch Enemy. And since they recently announced their album Deceivers coming up, it's fitting we go back to the title track from Alyssa's first album with the band after Angela chose her to be Arch Enemy's new frontwoman. That's exciting. This is a part of history. I love it. All right, let's hit it. War Eternal, Arch Enemy.
This is fucking
Yes, please. This gives you such a it's like a feeling in your gut. So whenever I right now I'll make this about me for a second. I'm in a period of like kind of technical overhaul. I'm kind of redoing my perception of my vocal technique to work in a bigger setting, you know, overhauling my own sound and my approach to things. Hi baby. And where is she? There she is. She hears dogs barking in the background. Regardless, when I'm in those modes of where I'm redoing my technique and trying to figure out what's going on and changing things, I get a lot more attuned with my body. So when I listen to singers like this and you hear what's happening, the kind of concavity in the gut that's creating so much pressure to create this guttural scream in a sustainable way that's not instantly destroying the vocal folds, I can empathize physically with this sound, right? And for me, it's probably more conscious, but I think everyone can kind of feel in their body that sound, that human sound that she's making. And it's incredible, and it's incredibly compelling. That's why when we hear that scream, it evokes a sensation inside us, not just an emotion, but a physical sensation, you know? It's all anatomical. It's related to our connection as human beings, and that's what I love about this. It's like a war cry, exactly. You know, what's interesting is she's so articulate with the text that even the stuff that's seemingly unpitched has its own, it's like the scream, it has its own harmonic pattern to adhere to, right? It's like it has its own scale within it. It's not harmonic, right? It's just different timbres that she uses to increase the intensity. It's like its own separate instrument from the fundamental human voice. I love it. It almost sounds like she's inhaling. I shouldn't do that. I said I shouldn't do it, and I tried to do it again. Oh my gosh. Back against the wall. This is nuts. You know what's cool is that the melody is played with the guitar, and it uses the same rhythm as the vocal. So you almost hear a melody with the scream. It makes up for the fact that this scream is so guttural and ridiculous. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. I will stop. You know, yeah. So I could totally see how. Yeah, my reactor is dying right now. I can totally see how the gutturals are not appealing when they're not accompanied by clean vocals. It kind of seems like one-dimensional. But I can still appreciate diving into that singular dimension in a really like specific way, if that makes sense.
Remember who you are.
There's so much intensity in her performing. JBB, I got you. So I think what we're talking about... Oh, Fatty, no worries, man. I'm glad you checked in. It's good to hear from you. I haven't been on very much, so it's all good. What's interesting is, like, what we're getting here is not a lot of tonality. There's not a lot of tonality. There's not a lot of actual phonation happening in the vocal cords. These are non-pitched. It's like white noise, kind of, right? It's... Yeah, Fatty has a good guttural scream as well. This kind of thing, it's like white noise. It's like, a random waveform on a synthesizer or something. It's not pitched, and so it doesn't have that human connection. If you can imagine kind of the physical mechanism happening, then you get that human connection of the power in her body that needs to happen, and then you can kind of identify more with this sound. Otherwise, it's not like by no means pretty. That's an understatement. But there's so much power behind it, and I really appreciate that in the way she's doing it. This is sick. One quick thing, I just saw the stage they're singing at is named after Ronnie James Dio, so I think that's really cool. Yo, Alissa is crazy, man. And look how calm her face is this whole time. I just want to like call attention to that. This is such an efficient instrument. I love it.
Remember who you are.
Dope. I can't even sing that low. Take care, Fatty. I'm actually out too. Guys, is there anyone online that we should raid? All in all, dope request.